Hello and welcome to another weekly update. Bit of a special one this week. As you can see, I'm actually on site on campus at the Microsoft headquarters in Redmond, which is exciting because it's MVP Summit Week, which is a really good chance to actually catch up with a lot of MVPs as well as see some friends inside Microsoft. Can't really talk about an awful lot about what we're doing here other than to say actually it's a really there's so much positivity around at the moment around catching up with people, catching up with old friends, and that's really, really nice as well, regardless of any of the stuff we're actually talking about. So let's get into things for this week. If I can, I'm going to grab as you can tell, I'm kind of on my phone. One thing I will say that I don't think is under NDA about the Microsoft campus is that there's an awful lot of building work going on. So everywhere is noisy, everything is being built. If I flick around for a minute, you can see there's a building site, construction site just over here, some new offices. So lots of things like that happening. Anyway, this week, I want to tell you about a new Copilot success kit that has just come out. This is a great collection. It's like a toolkit collection of things that you can use to help promote and roll out Copilot in your organization. So it's got a bunch of brand new things in as well you won't have seen. There's some exec summary information and guidance just to help your C-suite to really understand what's going on and get them in the right frame of mind and help with all that communication. There are guides, there are how-tos, there's a whole new scenario library which is really nice. You can kind of click through all the information there that you need. There's a kind of top 10 things to try, which is really helpful for user onboarding, I think, and user adoption, because you give this stuff to users and they don't necessarily really know what to do with it. So I think this top 10 thing is a really good idea. And then there's a user onboarding toolkit as well. So I'll put a link to the Copilot Success Kit in the notes so you've got it. But yeah, go and check that out, absolutely worth it. Also, let's keep talking about Copilot for a minute. Another really important topic this actually is data residency, and there's a blog post out by Microsoft talking about data residency specifically with regard to Copilot. And what they're saying is they're confirming and acknowledging that the content for interaction data, so interaction data is the data, the conversations you have with Copilot. So that interaction data, they're confirming that it will be stored in your specified data storage location. So what does that mean? When you configure your tenant, you can say to Microsoft, only store my tenant in the EU, the UK, Switzerland, wherever it might be, to make sure that your data for Microsoft 365 always stays in the right place according to where you want it to be. And now what Microsoft is doing is confirming that that will also extend to the interaction data, the data of the interactions that you have with Copilot. That will also stay in that same specified data storage location. Also interesting, which I didn't really know actually, but in that blog post, they confirm or sort of remind everyone that actually you can delete that interaction data at any time, or admins can delete that interaction data that you have with Copilot at any time. So that's kind of good to know. Really an interesting thing for me as well. I thought it was interesting anyway. Right at the end of that blog post was a little message that said, by the way, this blog post was in part written and edited by Copilot. So I kind of thought that was interesting as well. And finally, the other thing to tell you about this week is that last week we had the Microsoft Ability Summit. What is this? It's actually the 14th one they've done. And this year their key themes were build, imagine and include. It's their big accessibility summit. The reason for telling you about it, there's lots and lots of AI focus this year, is they wrote up a blog post about it and about some of the things they did there. But that blog post is so full, chocked full of such useful links. I encourage you to go and read it. If you've got, you want to know more about, or you want good content relating to accessibility in Microsoft, there's some really, really good links in that to go check out. So absolutely worth reading that and then jumping off into some of the material from the summit, some of the ideas they had, some of the things they talked about, and then referencing some more and more of that content, that great content that's in that blog post. So definitely worth checking that one out. All right, I think that's everything from me this week. I think that's kind of broadly covered the big changes. The big ones around kind of Copilot, I think, and that new Copilot Success Kit. That's definitely worth downloading and checking out because I'm pretty sure, if you've got Copilot in your organisation already and you're not looking to do any more rollout or user adoption, just giving it to people like some of that successes stuff, to make sure they're using it as best they can, and they're making the most of what's being paid for is useful, I think. So good. All right, that's enough from me. I'm going to go and do some more sessions and learn some more things, and I hope you have a great rest of your week, whatever it is you're doing, and I'll see you all again next time.